That night, the city seemed to be holding its breath. In a small, dark kitchen, Emma Carter sat on the cold floor, her knees pulled to her chest, a worn blanket wrapped tight around her shoulders. The power was out, the fridge was empty, the last can of baby formula sat open and dry on the counter. From the bedroom, Liam cried, his voice cracking. His bottle that night was mostly water. She couldn't bear to look at the empty can, as if ignoring it might ease the hunger twisting inside her baby's stomach. With trembling hands, Emma picked up her phone and typed a message to her brother. Ben, I'm sorry to bother you again. I need $50 for baby formula. I'll get paid Friday and pay you back. She didn't double-check the number. She just hit send. 5 minutes later, her phone buzzed. I think you sent this to the wrong person. Her heart dropped. She quickly apologized, asking them to ignore it, then put the phone down and cried quietly in the dark. What she didn't know was that across town, in the top floor of a glass penthouse, Ethan Vale, CEO of Novacore Systems, was staring at that message in silence. He'd never shared this number, not with the press, not even with most of his staff, only with family, and that list grew shorter every year. But this message felt different. It wasn't spam, it wasn't a scam, it was real. Raw, human, desperate. Most nights he would have ignored it, but that night he typed, "Is your baby going to be okay?" Emma blinked at the message, startled. "We'll manage," she replied. "I can help," he wrote back. No strings. "Thanks, but I don't take money from strangers." "Smart policy. I'm Ethan. Now I'm not a stranger." An hour later, half numb with exhaustion, she sent her Venmo handle. 3 seconds later, buzz. $5,000 received from Ethan Vale. She froze. "I only needed $50, she texted. "It's already yours. No conditions, one less thing to worry about." She broke down. Not because of the money, but because, for the first time in a long time, someone believed she was worth helping. That night, she asked him, "Why did you do that?" "Because once someone helped me when they didn't have to, and I've never forgotten." When he asked for her address to send formula, she hesitated. He replied simply, "I have a contact at a delivery service. Just give me your name. I'll handle the rest. I won't show up, won't bother you. I just want to make sure Liam gets real milk, not a promise on a screen." She sent it, torn between suspicion and trust. The next morning, a knock at the door startled her. A delivery driver stood there beside 4 massive boxes. She signed for them, opened one, and gasped. Inside were cans of formula, diapers, baby wipes, organic baby food, bottles, even clothes and soft blankets, the kind of thing she'd only ever seen on social media posts from mothers who had everything. At the bottom of the last box was a small envelope. Liam should have what he needs. He deserves better than barely getting by. "Ethan," she cried again. Out of curiosity and disbelief, she Googled his name and froze. Ethan Vale, CEO of Novacore Systems. Net worth $11.8 billion USD. This wasn't a random act of kindness. It was a billionaire, extending his hand quietly, privately. When Ethan found out she had a background in accounting and finance, he texted again, "Come to Novacore tomorrow at 11 a.m. Ask for Ava. No strings, just a conversation." "You're offering me a job?" A chance to take one back. The next morning, Emma, wearing her cleanest blouse and carrying Liam against her chest, stepped through the towering glass doors of Novacore Systems. The place wasn't ostentatious, it was sleek, quiet, efficient. Ava Lynn, Ethan's chief of staff, greeted her warmly. "You're expected," Ava said with a knowing smile. She led Emma down a hallway and opened a door. Emma froze. Inside was a fully equipped nursery. A white wooden crib by the window, blackout curtains, a changing table, a soft rug across the floor, shelves filled with toys, a sound machine, a rocking chair, and even a cabinet stocked with diapers, wipes, and formula, all perfectly arranged, all new. "He thought this might help you feel more comfortable," Ava said softly. Emma couldn't speak. Then the door opened again, and Ethan walked in. Tall, composed, tired, but human. You don't owe me anything, he said gently. This isn't charity. I don't believe in charity. I believe in investing in people. Why me? Because you didn't ask for a shortcut. You were willing to go without so your child wouldn't. Someone like that I can trust. He slid a folder across the table. 3-month contract, internal audit support, flexible hours, remote optional, fair pay. If it doesn't work out, you can walk away. Emma opened it and went silent. The number was 4 times what she'd ever earned before. Is this real? Completely. I'll take it, she whispered. Within days, Emma settled into her new rhythm mornings with Liam, afternoons buried in spreadsheets. It didn't take long for her to spot them. Dozens of small, recurring transactions, always under the audit threshold, all routed to one vendor, Trinox Solutions LLC, a company that didn't exist. When she showed Ethan, he nodded slowly. I know. Whoever's doing this understands the system, probably helped build it. He handed her a photo. Vincent Harmon, Chief Financial Officer. Since he came on board, the systems changed. Oversight vanished. Everyone thought he was making us faster. He was just making us blind. You want me to find proof? I want you to find the truth. Weeks passed. Emma worked late, her screen glowing in the dark as Liam slept peacefully nearby. The pattern was too deliberate to be chance. Every fake payment was approved using real employee accounts, but from one identical device ID. Someone was hijacking logins to cover their trail. She brought her findings to Ethan. They're not forging anything. They're borrowing real credentials. That's why no one's caught it. Then we need evidence that can't vanish, he said. And I know who can help. Who? Keller. Keller, a former FBI forensic accountant and Ethan's off-the-books ally, joined the fight. Together, the three built a plan. They planted a fake internal memo about a full executive-level audit. It was uploaded exactly where Vincent's team would find it. 2 hours later, Keller messaged. He took the bait, accessed it 3 times, twice from his staff's logins, once from his own. They had him, now they just needed him to make a move, and he did. Vincent filed an official complaint accusing Ethan of embezzlement and naming Emma as his external accomplice. But by the time his complaint hit the board, Keller had already prepared the counterstrike. 6:43 p.m. Novacor issued a public statement. Novacor Systems launches internal investigation into executive-level financial misconduct. At the same moment, Keller's 38-page report landed in the state attorney's office, every log, every IP, every email, all pointing directly to Vincent Harmon. At 8 p.m., Emma's phone rang. Impressive, Vincent said, his tone icy. You're smarter than I thought, but you won't win. Ethan might crawl out of this, but you're replaceable. You're wrong, Emma said quietly. I'm not here to win. I'm here to end it. By morning, the headlines were everywhere. Novacor whistleblower exposes multi-million-dollar fraud. Vincent was suspended immediately, but he still tried one last move. 9 a.m. He walked into the boardroom. Emma watched from the security feed as Ethan sat waiting. Let's skip the posturing, Vincent said. I know what this is. Then you know why you're here, Ethan replied. You'd rather burn this company down than let someone else fix it. You didn't fix it, you bled it dry. I kept it alive while you drowned in your grief. You're too human to survive here. Maybe, Ethan said softly, but at least I still have a soul. Ava entered with security. Mr. Harmon, your access has been revoked. Please leave the building. For the first time, Vincent looked afraid. He didn't argue, he just walked out. That afternoon, Ethan came to Emma's office. He looked tired, but free. You were right, he said. You don't scare easy. Neither do you, she replied. Liam toddled over, reaching up. Ethan lifted him easily, smiling for the first time. How's my partner in crime? Then he turned to Emma. Take tomorrow off, and when you come back, I want you to lead internal audit. Full control. Report only to me. That's a big job. So was saving this company. The next morning, sunlight streamed through the window. Liam slept beside her, peaceful. For the first time in years, Emma woke without fear. Her phone buzzed, Ethan calling. You holding up? I am. Just strange, being calm in the middle of chaos. You chose the storm, Emma. You just didn't realize it. After a pause, he said quietly, I trust you, and for me, that's not easy. I trust you too, she said softly. Then maybe it's time we met properly. I think we're ready. When she returned to Novacor, Ava greeted her with a smile and a new badge. Emma Carter, Director, Internal Audit. Ethan stood waiting, sleeves rolled, no tie, a real smile on his face. You came back. I was never gone. He lifted Liam into his arms. You kept your promise, she said. All of them, he replied. Now let's make some new ones. 3 weeks later, Emma stood before the boardroom, no longer the single mom who texted the wrong number, but the woman who saved a billion-dollar company. This new audit system ensures no one, not even the CEO, can bypass controls without leaving a trace. As she left the room, one board member stopped her. You did something rare, he said. You made us look inward. I wasn't trying to look good, Emma replied. I was trying to keep my child safe. That's even rarer. Late that night, Ethan appeared at her door with 2 cups of coffee. Still here? You told me to build the system. Come on, let's take a walk. They strolled down the quiet street beneath the city lights. Ever think about how crazy all this is? She asked. Which part? That everything started with a wrong number. I don't think it was wrong, Ethan said. I think it was the first right thing that happened in a long time. That night, after putting Liam to bed, Emma opened her laptop. An email from Ethan. No subject. Attached was a screenshot of their very first text exchange. These now in John to Asaf. Ben, I'm sorry to bother you. I need $50 for baby formula. I'll pay you back Friday. Below it, his old reply. I think you sent this to the wrong number. He titled the file, The Mistake That Wasn't. His message followed. Keep this, so you never forget the road that brought you here. She wrote back. You still think it wasn't an accident? No, he replied. I think the universe hires better than HR. She laughed through tears. Then another message appeared. Emma, I want you and Liam in my life, not just as co-workers, but as family, if you're ready. She stared at the words, smiling. Ask me that in person. A minute later, the doorbell rang. Sometimes miracles don't arrive with thunder or light. They come quietly in the form of a wrong text and someone kind enough to answer.